This is the National Geographic Channel.
A chase along the edge of a 500-foot deep canyon. The hunt for a dangerous ex-con.
Police officer, see your hand. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
And a mission to find the supernatural creature locals call the Howler.
To hear it, it sends chills down the spine.
27,000 square miles of the Wild West. Spread out across 3 states. This is the largest Indian reservation in North America. And these are the Navajo Cops. Navajo Cops Filbert Toddy and Genevieve Morgan close in on the suspect in an attempted murder.
This is Navajo Police. You need to come outside and meet us. You understand? Navajo Police, if you're inside, come outside.
The case began 3 hours earlier, as Toddy was about to finish his shift. The former Marine and no-nonsense police officer
Let's go, we're wasting time.
Responded to a call of shots fired at a remote ranch.
Okay.
I was herding sheep today and I heard a gunshot, so I got down, and that's when I heard a bullet go off my head.
There is a disagreement between the 2 parties over land and livestock. According to the lady here, the individuals right down the way shot her.
In a region where many families still rely on livestock, land disputes like this one are common.
There's no private property on the reservation. We only have tribal leases. The dispute is because certain families are saying, this is my land and you're on my land. And they can get to a point where people are going to start running around shooting at the other family.
Who they were, you know, I got the description of the people.
The victim is able to identify 2 of the 3 men that were allegedly involved in the attack.
It's not the first one.
They were dressed both black pants and then black jacket, and they're carrying a big duffel bag.
Their names are Joshua and Donovan.
They were both black.
Joshua, and did you see any firearms with him?
I didn't want to really look at them, but my nephew said that he was carrying a big rifle with a big barrel.
Okay.
Our first suspect is Joshua. I dealt with him before, and I actually been called out to his place several times. So right now, what we're trying to figure out is how we're going to take him down.
We have sufficient enough evidence right now to proceed on with the high-risk situation.
Since the suspect is potentially armed and dangerous, Toddy isn't taking any chances as he heads to Joshua's house.
Based on the information that we received from the victim, it's going to be attempted murder type of case right now, so we're going to use any means necessary to get the victim in custody. This is Navajo Police. You need to come outside and meet us. You understand? Navajo Police, if you're inside, come outside. So he's not coming out right now, so what we're going to do is we're going to move in. Officer Morgan will be taking the front, I'll be covering the back. It's taking way too long. Something may have happened to Morgan. Turns out that she's cuffing the suspect. Hello, you the mother? Yeah. I'm Officer Tyler with Monroe PD. The reason why we're here because it's a serious incident that occurred here. Okay, we got numerous reports that your son was shooting at another human being.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any firearms in this house?
No.
While Toddy questions the man's mother, Joshua tells Officer Morgan where to find the second suspect, Donovan.
Okay. Well, we'll go over there right now. Drive.
Yeah, we got Joshua detained. We're ATL for the other subject, Donovan. Doors open.
Inside, a potential shooter can see their every move. It's a perfect scenario for an ambush.
Police officers, to your hands. Get your hands, turn around. Turn around. Keep your hands on top of your head. Watch your left. You here by yourself? Okay, take the child back inside, please, while you're standing there. Go.
Does that have to?
Yes.
Why?
Child doesn't need to be experiencing this.
You're going to use a gun?
No, go back inside. That's enough. Quit being childish. The reason why we're here, okay, because we got numerous reports from one of the family right down the way here. Donovan and Joshua were apparently discharging firearms right at the well here. They were physically identified, okay, by certain family members. They saw physically who they were, what they were dressed like, and they identified the firearm and who was firing them. So that's why we're up here with our guns and everything like this, okay? Because we're not going to take any nonsense like this. It's just for our own personal safety. Because we're trying to locate that weapon. Come on down, Joshua.
Yeah.
How old are you?
19.
19? Okay, you pretty much know what's going on. Oh, okay. The reason why we're here is because you've been reported to have been shooting at someone up in the hill over here.
I've been reported
Yes.
to shoot at somebody. And I'm gonna be straight up with you. I was hanging out with him today.
Who?
Donovan. And he did tell me him and my cousin shot at somebody, and I know who if you want, I can tell you which one of my cousins it was.
Please do.
It's his name is Marcus.
Donovan, sit up. Who's Marcus?
He's my cousin.
Was he with you all day?
Yeah.
Okay, it's all there, but you're tied in, regardless. You deny it or not. My main concern right now is where's that firearm?
I'm pretty sure he has it.
Who?
Marcus.
Marcus?
Yeah. He has a shotgun.
Uh-huh.
If he did not go to his house, then he's back in Phoenix, because he had to go to...
Joshua tells Toddy that Marcus is planning on leaving the reservation to start college in Phoenix.
If this individual does leave the reservation, the weapon can vanish with him as well. So we need to track him down and take that weapon as evidence. Can you look up a Marcus? Officer Morgan right now is taking our 2 suspects into jail in Window Rock. So right now I'm going to be handling the situation alone. I'm going to be dealing with this shooter by myself, and we don't have much time.
100 miles east. Strange reports have been coming from the eastern edge of the reservation. In the town of Crown Point, New Mexico, a team of Navajo cops has gathered to launch an investigation into a mysterious creature known as the Howler.
What we're going to do is we're going to have Operation Second Chance, investigate the strange noises the community been reporting. We don't know what it is. So we'll investigate it tonight, try to find out what it is.
Calls involving the supernatural are common on the Navajo Nation, and it's police policy to investigate them anytime the public is concerned. Bobby Arvizo is a hunter who has lived on the reservation all his life.
I heard it myself. It's more like a woman crying song. Some saying that Bigfoot's in the area. The hunters, they're saying they think it's an elk sound, but it's not an elk call. I'm a hunter myself, so I can distinguish between the 2 sounds there. Here among the Navajos, majority of the people would say that it would be more like a skinwalker.
In Navajo tradition, a skinwalker is a shapeshifter. Like a werewolf, it's a person who completely transforms into a wolf or a coyote. They are witches that can bring sickness and even death to their victims.
It has a lot to do with witchcraft. Skinwalkers, they dig up the dead, use their bones, and use whatever they can use off of a corpse. When I first heard this, it just went straight, like it went, ooh, for a long time. But the second sound, it sounds like a female cry.
Tonight, Captain Steve Nelson is sending a team of Navajo police officers into the hills south of town to see if they can find it.
We're just getting too many texts, too many reports, people calling us. We just want to verify, see what it is.
So if we do see something, we're just going to try to find out what it is, and then after that, we'll make the necessary contacts on how to deal with it. But if you are threatened, protect yourself.
The officers have searched the internet for a sound similar to what the locals have been reporting.
If nothing happens between 2 and 2:30, I'm going to play this sound.
The closest match? The scream of an alleged Bigfoot.
That sound right there on the external PA to see if we can get a response.
Now, with local tensions at an all-time high, the Navajo Cops are sending a team of officers out into the hills to investigate the mysterious noises and locate the howler.
There are some right there.
We're moving into our positioning now. We'll be going off-road up here. And when they get to position, they'll be calling in. Then we're going to shut down and go stealth to see if we can find out what's causing all of this commotion over here.
On the hunt for the mysterious howler, the Navajo Cops are going in heavily armed. Officer Custer Bryant has even brought along his sniper rifle.
We're at the edge right now. Right here's a cliff, about a 20, 30 feet drop. Down here in the valley, this is where most of the concentration and screaming has been coming from. That's a dog right now.
The team uses night vision glasses and infrared video cameras. Custer Bryant thinks he's spotted something.
There's somebody laying right there or something right there.
Bryant's night vision can track a creature using its body heat. Something is lying in the valley below.
How far up?
Probably about 50 yards up.
Closer inspection reveals nothing more than a stray dog.
Dog.
At 2:30 a.m., Lieutenant Begay plays the recording of the alleged Bigfoot through his PA system. He hopes to inspire a response from the howler.
On the sound. Just listen up to see if you hear anything.
But all they hear is silence. The team decides to pack it in, for now. In a few weeks, they will return to this area to hunt for the howler once again.
To hear it, it sends chills down the spine of a lot of people. And the way I hear it from my neighbors and from my wife, they don't want to hear it again.
100 miles west, Officer Filbert Toddy is on the trail of the third suspect, named Marcus, involved in an attempted murder near Sanders, Arizona.
Right now, we'll be heading over to another location with another individual that I'm going to be questioning or making contact with. So, he's
label as the primary individual with the firearm.
Toddy doesn't have an address, just a description of the house.
Gonna look for a blue house with a white Tahoe. Oh, here we go. 44, that'll be at the location. Hello. Okay, the reason why I'm here...
Toddy finds the primary suspect asleep inside the house.
Marcus, your name is being brought up in an investigation I'm doing right now, in which you are reported to be shooting around with Donovan. It's very important that you tell me the location of that firearm.
Why you need it?
Yes. Where is that? Is that Donovan's house?
No.
Joshua's house?
No.
Toddy takes Marcus into custody and searches the house.
I located several boxes of ammunition, shotgun and slug rounds. He's gonna give me the information of where we can locate this firearm. I'm gonna have your mother get your shoes, pants, and a shirt.
All three suspects are now in custody. But in order to make his case stick, Toddy still needs the shotgun.
This one?
Is that a blue house with a red truck?
Oh, you tell me, buddy. You're the one directing me.
There's a red truck.
It's a red car. Is you me? You're gonna have a different story coming up right now.
Why with you? I know what's up.
Hello. How you doing, Yate? The reason why I'm here, okay, because I have Marcus in the vehicle here, and he says his firearm is in that red Dodge truck.
The people inside tell Toddy that Marcus's aunt has driven the truck and the shotgun to a casino in Gallup, New Mexico, 45 miles away.
The boys here said that she's unaware that that weapon's inside the vehicle, so we can track that vehicle down and get the weapon out.
The suspect is clearly feeling the heat.
Marcus isn't feeling too good right now. I guess he just realized now the amount of crap that he got himself involved in with this assault. Now because his aunt's out there driving around with this weapon in her vehicle. Guilt? They said that she might be on her way to casino. Now the problem that we have now is that your auntie is driving a vehicle with a weapon in there that she doesn't know about. Deadly weapon.
It's all mine, though. It's all me.
I understand that, okay?
It's all me with everybody else.
Finally, Toddy is able to make contact with Marcus's aunt.
Hello? Is this Marlene? Where are you at, Marlene? This is Officer Toddy with Winter Rock Police Department. Can you do me a real quick favor? Okay, thank you.
The woman agrees to meet Officer Toddy at a truck stop on the outskirts of Gallup.
I'm turning Marcus over to Officer Morgan. Meet you up at the station.
Okay.
Then I'm going to proceed on to Gallup to retrieve the shotgun. That's going to be 093.
It's nearly 4:30 a.m. when Toddy rolls into the truck stop. 15 hours have passed since the shooting took place.
Hello. I'm the officer that you spoke with, Officer Toddy. Let's talk over here. It is Cole. Just basically what's going on is that your nephew, Marcus, okay, apparently I guess him and another individual were walking around the open field and discharging the firearm at a lady. They almost made contact with her above, on her head. So I missed her.
Oh my God. I think this
that's his duffel bag there.
Okay, is that what he said?
Yes. Thank you so much, okay? No, just a little bit shooken up on what happened. It's the same weapon described by the victim and the other two suspects. It also matches the 12-gauge slugs that I retrieved from the house. One weapon off the street, person responsible in custody, and good results tonight. This individual will never see this weapon again. Feeling tired, but gratified that I did my job. Justice has been served for this family. It's time to go home, do a lot of paperwork now. Yeah.
The Navajo Police Drug and Gang Unit rolls into town for a roundup.
We're here in Shiprock now, and we're going to be serving over 20 warrants. Our Navajo Nation tribal warrants, and also state extradition warrants for charges of armed robbery, to check frauds, to 4th-degree felony DUIs. Mainly natives, because they're hiding here on the Navajo Nation, and it's hard for the states to come in and actually make their arrests.
Gilbert Yazzie is an avid hunter and a former paramedic and firefighter who's been with the Navajo PD for 15 years. He joined the drug and gang unit over concerns about the rising crime among young Navajos in his community.
How it's gonna go, we're broken down into 4 teams.
Today, he and his unit have teamed with the New Mexico State Police and the U.S. Marshals.
It's just a part of interagency joint efforts that we do. Our unit, the Navajo Police Drug Enforcement, assists U.S. Marshals and state probations to execute these warrants.
There's some pretty good warrants in here for some violent crimes, so hopefully we can clean up the Navajo Nation communities and get these guys off the Navajo Nation.
Because the drug and gang officers mostly do undercover work, many of their identities must remain a secret. Their first target today, an armed robbery suspect.
There's that house that they just built here. I sat on the house the other day. He's there. We'll go ahead and hit this one first. So just be careful. So make sure we get the house surrounded. Just watch your backs. Police!
Several officers are inside the house. They just took in the warrant, so I don't know who they're talking to right now.
There's someone in there, but it's not him. I don't know where he's at, but they didn't want us over. It's not him.
They're not saying it's him, or they don't know where.
We ID'd him. We ID'd that guy. It doesn't appear to be our suspect. Needles were found in the house, Finagrin. Stuff like that.
Okay. Anything on these structures here?
Nothing that I know of yet.
Yeah, we got an open window there. I don't know. Kind of looks like a storage trailer more than anything.
No one hooked this place up.
Those open windows, it don't seem right. Somebody could be watching us right now. It's like a hangout place here. This would be the place he'd be hiding. Yeah. Foosball, everything in here. Police department.
Yeah.
Keep your hands where we can see them, man. Come out here. Interesting. More of a hangout place. It's dark and pretty well fixed up in there for a tavern atmosphere.
Wondering what's going on.
Have a seat there, man. Do you have an ID on you? These 2 gentlemen are not the ones we're looking for. One is the brother and the other is the friend.
You have any ID on you?
No, I don't.
Is it okay if we check inside?
Yeah.
Nobody else in there?
Nobody.
All right. Why don't you guys go ahead and step up?
We both said that they didn't know what was going on. Do you guys know these people over here? In the brown house?
Yeah.
The brother of the individual gave us consent to search the residence.
Police.
Let's pat you down real quick. Come over this way, man. We looked around inside and also gave a warrant check on both of them. Any weapons or anything like that was found inside? That's obvious. And one of them is actually wanted for vehicular homicide.
Well, my dad, he got that from his work.
As the officers search the trailer, they make an important discovery.
Residue of methamphetamines, small 1-inch by 1-inch baggies. Legally, we can still test it, put it in a tester. If it comes back to be methamphetamines, we can charge them for it. Then they'd come back to be positive for methamphetamines. We're talking to him right now. He's not looking at jail time. He is a user, not a dealer. In this case, we're looking for the brother. We put the scare tactics on him, and it could go both ways. Either he doesn't cooperate and we end up arresting him for the charges of possession of methamphetamines, or he can help us out and get his brother in jail where he needs to be.
Yazzie gets the cooperation he needs. The man says the fugitive is at a job fair.
All righty, we're gonna head out east.
In a small Navajo community called Upper Fruitland. The brother is warned not to tip off the suspect.
You should let him know. Don't be making any phone calls to him because we'll put a tap on his phone or something.
That's what I told him. I said we're gonna. I mean, if you let your brother know, I mean, if we find out, I mean, we can pull up your phone records and see if you called him, the number you gave us, and stuff. And then we can do it that way. He said, oh, okay, I want to. Hey, he's so scary. He's not gonna tell anybody.
I hope so. Alrighty. Delta 10 280. We're gonna go up to Upper Fruitland. Supposedly that's where he's at the job fair. Going into a crowded place, job fair is usually hundreds of people. Being tactical stands out a lot. Delta 10 253. We are gonna go in there and make that approach differently. It's very dangerous, especially with the warrant that he's on for armed robbery and assaulting a police officer with a firearm. Hey, Michael. How's it going, man? Officer Yazzie. Okay, can we talk somewhere? It is hard for these young gentlemen that are seeking jobs out there. Can we use this office real quick? We have a warrant out for you. Maybe he wanted to get on with his life. In a way, a sense, when we talk to them, we've all helped them. Because if they're running on a warrant, they're going to be running for as long as they can. 10-15 them? It's just a matter of time that the warrant will catch up with them. And it did today. At the end, it panned out. Got the major criminal off the road and off the streets and from the neighborhood. So hopefully he puts an end to his criminal history.
100 miles away, Officer Christopher Holgate gears up for a night shift in the Window Rock District, the capital of the Navajo Nation.
Go down a little, I got it.
It's the most populated area of a reservation that is mostly rugged and rural.
Police officers, to your hands!
Officer Christopher Holgate is locked and loaded for a night patrol in the capital of the Navajo Nation.
This is the new shotgun that all officers in Window Rock District have now. It's the Mossberg 590. Most of the time we've been going to shots fired calls with just our sidearm. But sometimes, we go to some of these calls and we are outgunned.
Holgate is a 28-year-old father of two and has been a Navajo cop for 4 years.
Before I go on duty, I bless myself with this bitter herb, to help me be protected in my traditional ways. And this bitter herb does protect me because when I'm going out there, I'm dealing with a lot of people. And a lot of people would like to harm me in certain ways, witchcraft, evil doings, evil ways. But once I put this on, I feel protected. All right, guys, I'm gonna head to work.
Well, I have tattoos of my kids, my daughter Kiara and my son Trey, because they're always with me wherever I go.
My mindset before I go on duty is I am gonna come home tonight. Okay. And I'm sure every officer feels the same way, that they want to come home safely at the end of their shift. I'll see you guys later.
Right now I'm working night shift, graveyard as we call it, shift 3. I like the nights. It's a challenge at first, but you get used to it. There's a lot more action. It's probably one of the most dangerous shifts that you could be on. There should be a lot of action going on tonight. We have other units that are on right now to help us, because the Friday night is usually the biggest night. The downside of it could be a lot more calls. 30 forward, Doc.
A little after 10, Holgate is called out to the remote community of Sawmill.
34.
where a group of 6 men, led by an ex-con with a long history of violence, have started trouble with their neighbors.
One of our known regulars get called him like every other day. Third call was received stating that he was at his girlfriend's house. So me and another officer were heading up that way to go check it out. The guy's a known offender. He likes to take off when law enforcement's there. But he's one of those guys just gotta watch out for him. So he's down there.
Down here at the highway, yeah.
All right, now they told us that the guy we're looking for is some other individuals that we know are known offenders also. We usually use caution around them. They like to take off. Last time we had to use our night vision to catch 5 of the guys that were hanging out with him. I believe that he was one of them, and I actually had to tase one of the guys. So I'm gonna go check it out, see if we can catch him on foot.
In these poorly lit rural areas outside of town, night vision goggles can be the difference between life and death for Navajo officers.
Just tell her we need another unit.
10-4 is 3-3 available, and possibly 6 subjects if we have another unit with the night vision. But just recently, one of the guys that they're hanging out with, he had drugs and he had 2 handguns. So we're just trying to wait here for another additional unit because there's 6 of them and 2 of us.
Backup finally arrives.
That's where they're coming from, their house.
But the officers still don't have any infrared glasses.
Yeah, it's a lot more dangerous because you don't know if they're hiding over here or crouched down somewhere. Like I said, the last time we used the night vision, we sat here and they actually came towards us, but they couldn't see us. And we were able to sneak up on them, and we actually caught 5 of them. But it's the same people that are disturbing here. A couple of them like to fight, and they resist. So we can cut those lights.
Suddenly, Holgate hears the suspects in the darkness.
Hey, what's up? Police officer, see your hands. See your hands. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. Now. Get on the ground now. Put your hands behind your back, man.
What's your name, man?
Joshua T.C.
T.C. Why are you disturbing again, man?
The officers arrest 2 of the suspects. But they're still looking for 4 more men, including a dangerous ex-con.
3-4, 320.
Luckily, Officer Jefferson Lilly arrives with the much-needed night vision goggles. The officers believe that the men they're looking for may be hiding with friends in a nearby house.
You can't see them because of those trees. You don't want to go through, I guess apparently there's a trail that goes around that.
Get down, get down, get down. All the way down your stomach. All in your stomach, man. You too, get on your knees. Get on your knees, get on your stomach. Don't move, man. Put your arms out, put your arms out. Arms out. Arm out.
I was just wondering what the dogs were barking about.
Where's, Preston?
I don't know. No, I'm all right. I just barely woke up.
You barely woke up?
Mm-hmm.
You got anything on you? Who else is in there? This residence here is known for criminal activity. Officer Lilly seen the 2, male and female, standing outside the residence, so we detained them for now. You don't mind if we check the house, man?
Yeah, go ahead. There ain't anything in there.
As Holgate questions the man, Lilly makes a frightening discovery.
I heard something drop. What'd you drop back there?
Oh, that was it.
You dropped those ones?
Yeah, because I don't even know who's out here.
You know you're not supposed to have weapons, right?
I don't know about that. No? Yeah, I was just for protection. I don't know who's out here.
34 window.
Handmade something. This is straight out, sticky, like a shank. This will pretty much go through the bulletproof vest.
Even threw those weapons down, man. You can't have no weapons or whatnot, man. You gotta be inside. I dealt with him before in the past, and it turns out that he was on probation that he was not supposed to carry any type of weapon, including knives. Back on that side, no. The main person we were looking for isn't here, but he gave us consent to go ahead and go inside his residence and check on the other guys.
No, please.
Police officer, see your hands, bud. See your hands, see your hands. Bud, hands up, hands up. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. So once we made entry, we, had our weapons. The person that's been here before actually had some weapons on him, a couple of handguns. So we just detained people for now. Lay there, don't move for me, man. Okay.
No, police. Again, where did you see him? No police. No police, open the door.
Police officer.
Get down, on the ground, on the ground, on the ground. On the ground, dude. Don't move. Anybody else in here? No?
Well, it turns out none of the people are involved in the disturbance that occurred tonight, but we're running warrants on all of them right now. The younger one that was here, he actually had a warrant for his arrest for failure to appear for a court.
Of the 6 men the cops were looking for tonight, 4 have gotten away. But Holgate still has some questions for the man with the knives.
Yeah, the reason why I brought up those knives because skinwalkers been trying to come up here too, so.
Skinwalkers?
Yeah.
I don't know about that one, man.
That's
why those knives would help.
I know, but.
So he just said it was weapons and, possibly protect himself from skinwalkers, but, I don't know. Different stories and whatnot. The main person we were looking for isn't here, so I just let him go.
The next day, Officer Farrell Yazzie is on patrol in the town of Chinle, Arizona, when he's called out to Canyon de Chelly, sacred ground to the Navajo people, and a major draw for tourists. Here, non-natives get their first glimpse of Navajo culture. But right now, it's the scene of a brutal fight over native artwork.
We got another call, 3 male individuals fighting. We'll go ahead and roll on that, see if we can assist the other officers here.
Navajo officers quickly pick up 2 of the men, fleeing from the fight.
Why are you breathing so hard, man?
I'm running.
Running from what or who?
My brother.
A 3rd suspect has disappeared and may be armed.
Yeah, my money.
Okay. Apparently the 3rd suspect that we have might have gone down the trail here, so let's see if we can locate him. Probably went down the trail.
Suddenly, the officers spot the suspect, trying to climb the cliff.
The whole area here, we're basically on the edge of the canyon. If you look down here, there's about a 400 or 500 foot drop straight down. The officer's life was put in danger there. We never know what this guy's on, if he's intoxicated, if he's on drugs, or his state of mind. He could have easily grabbed that officer, taken him over the edge with him.
Officer Farrell Yazzie rushes in to assist with the arrest on the edge of a 500-foot deep canyon.
Where are you guys fighting? What's that? Were you guys fighting?
Nah.
What's all the scratches on your arm, Dad?
Just run away from the cops.
Running?
Yeah.
If you didn't do anything, why are you running then?
Just running from the cops.
How old are you?
19.
19?
Search him.
Nothing in your pocket? No needles, no nothing?
What?
So what happened?
Argument, dispute over money.
Dispute over money?
Right when I came, these guys started talking crap to me. I said, I lost my money.
The dispute was between three brothers who make and sell Navajo rock art to tourists.
Apparently, all three male individuals here have claim to some of this artwork here. And you know, there was a dispute over how much money was made.
I was selling to the tourists, me and my little brother were selling rock.
That's you guys' stuff over there?
Yeah, that's here.
And I guess that's what the fight was about.
In an area where jobs are scarce,
Looks busy up here today.
selling native artwork and jewelry is big business. The officers bag the brothers' artwork as evidence.
Alabama.
And then all three men are transported to the Chinle jail. 70 miles away, officers in the Window Rock district are amping up their patrols along Route 264.
State Highway 264 is also known as the Code Talkers Highway. It was named after the Code Talkers who fought in World War II in the Pacific using our native language, our Navajo language, as a code. But it also is the main lifeline that actually comes into Window Rock, also throughout the reservation. But when we get a lot of calls, it gets pretty busy on 264.
Criminal investigator Salvantis Begay is one of nearly a dozen officers who patrol Route 264. He's about to head back to town when Officer Marwin Joe comes on the radio.
I got a vehicle that's scheduled to stop. We're southbound. All personnel.
Begay races to join Officer Joe in the middle of a high-speed pursuit of a drunk driver.
Once they stopped, they took off on foot.
The subject left out of the vehicle running black cap and a black shirt on the west side of the hill. Stand by.
Okay, we got him contained somewhere.
Get down there.
I-5, let's go here at the church area.
He laid down somewhere.
Marlon's down here.
More officers arrive to help track down the suspect. One of them is Chris Holgate.
I was just on a previous traffic stop when I heard the call going out, the vehicle not stopping. And we got there as fast as we can to back them up. Once we arrived there, everybody else was on the rocks looking, and they started looking in the north direction. Me and another officer, we started looking in the southern direction to make sure he didn't try to go one way and then backtrack himself.
Holgate keeps his weapon drawn while he searches the area.
When someone takes off from an officer, there has to be a reason why. He could have committed a crime somewhere, or he could have a warrant for his arrest. We just don't know, so we have to be extra cautious.
As Holgate and Joe pick their way through the rocks, Begay and the officers on the hill spot the suspect on the run in the open country below.
We started running towards the west from where they said we see him in that open area. Once we went over the hill, you could just see him from a distance. And he kept looking back as me and Officer Joe kept running after him full sprint as hard as we could.
The suspect runs across the field and toward a road.
5253, got you.
But a patrol car arrives, blocking any escape.
Come on, hands up, hands up.
Got him.
And the man is apprehended.
Mosquitoes too much.
Well, running away from the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
See that black cloud on top of us?
There's a mosquito cloud just right behind us. They're trying to catch up with them.
The suspect is arrested for driving while intoxicated and unlawful flight.
Okay. That's good.
Anytime that someone tries to run from us, we assume that they've done something or have committed some kind of a crime.
Here.
It feels good knowing that we put someone behind bars. That way we know we're doing our job. The holy people blessed me to put on this uniform and help me get out there and do my job and protect the people who need to be protected and help the people who need to be helped.